All right, walk with me a little bit while I tell you about what's going on with the Al-Ashaals. I tried to record this inside, but the sort of cinder block room that I'm staying in right now was making everything vibrate because of the tone of my voice. So I figured I'd take a walk with you and see these beautiful flowers behind me. But let's talk about the news. I've been super busy, so I haven't had time to make an update, which I regret very much because the situation right now is kind of dire for the Al-Ashaals family. Nonetheless, the first thing I want to do is thank all of you who have donated in the past couple of weeks. I did an update and we got a few donations that really helped. They were having a lot of difficulty putting food on the table and we really helped that. So super appreciate y'all for doing that. But the situation is dire. Why is it dire? Well, as you know, nothing has changed in Gaza. Nothing at all, in fact. We're in a situation where the complete destruction of Gaza, which has already happened, so there's really nothing left to bomb, there's no change. What kind of change would we like to see? We certainly would like to be able to see building materials coming in so that people can rebuild their lives. We'd love to see ways in which bakeries, for example, could be rebuilt. Things like that, right? So these would be the kind of things that we want to see. I'm going into a construction zone, so we're going to scup this. So much construction happening around here. We would love to see that kind of construction happening in Gaza. And we'd love to be able to see that they'd be able to rebuild their houses, you know, in the same way that these people are building houses, right? We would love to be able to see that the people of Gaza are getting an opportunity to restart their lives, but it's not happening. Nothing's coming in like that. People are still therefore completely reliant on us for help. But don't just let me talk about it. Here's Kamel giving you an update.
مرحبا يا أصدقاء، كيف حالكم جميعا؟ أولا أرسل حبي واحترامي وتقديري لكم جميعا. أود أن أتحدث معكم بشيء ما. منذ بداية وقف إطلاق النار لم يتغير أي شيء هنا في غزة. لم يدخل مواد للبناء إطلاقا، هذا أولا. أما بالنسبة للمواد الغذائية تدخل بنسبة محدودة وللقطاع الخاص. لذلك الأسعار مرتفعة دائما، يعني في كل ساعة وفي كل يوم تتغير الأسعار. هذا شيء. الشيء الثاني هو أن حتى الآن هناك منظمات دولية لا تعمل في قطاع غزة. إسرائيل تمنع ذلك، ومنها الأونروا وأطباء بلا حدود، عدة منظمات دولية. الشيء الثاني هو أننا لا نستطيع يعني توفير أدنى احتياجاتنا، ولا نستطيع العمل. أولا لا يوجد مكان آمن في قطاع غزة. ثانيا لا يوجد فرص عمل نهائيا، فنحن كما تركتمونا. أتمنى منكم أن تبقوا معنا دائما حتى تعود غزة كما كانت. أحبائي أعزائي، أشكركم وأتفهمكم جميعا، وأعلم مدى انشغالكم وأعمالكم وحياتكم.
So yeah, you can see that like the situation for people of Gaza hasn't changed very much. And you can see that Kamel, who's actually a very shy person, is not someone who is particularly interested in making videos to talk about his situation. He would much rather stay quietly, do some work, do any of the number of things that he can. But other situations have popped up recently, which is making this even more strenuous. Recently, his grandfather has gone into the hospital for blood poisoning. So you can see the situation is intense. Kamel needs a lot of help. The family needs a lot of help just to survive. And in addition, whenever something like, someone getting sick, needing healthcare happens, then they're even in a more dire situation. I'm really hoping that I can convince some of you, especially those who have not donated in a while, to make another donation for the family. And, that we can get into a situation where we can support them in a way that is a bit more sustainable. So I ask all of you who haven't donated in a while to please make a donation. And for those of you who have been regular donors, I thank you. You're amazing. And I'm wondering if you can continue to make other donations. I also have just released a record. 25% of the money that is coming in is going to be sent to the family. So if you feel like listening to a really cool-ass science fiction radio play, I'm going to give 25% of the money for that. Looking at other ways also to bring more income into the family. If any of you have any ideas, I would love to hear them. In the meantime, if you haven't donated in a while, please donate. If you have donated and you are still able to donate some more, please do so. We would appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.